For the second set review video, it's going to be a little bit more basic and structured around each version numbered trait card, meaning today it's going to be Digital Monsters version 1 and 2. Remember, I've unveiled some new merch in the DIGI-PANDA store in the form of sleeves and playmats. Currently a special sale on my sleeves, with all Wave 2 sleeves having free domestic shipping and oversleeves with each set. But if you're unable to support the channel through the merch, like the video, subscribing to the channel, and hitting that notification bell also helps my channel grow. And that alone is free. The first card for today's video is going to be Koromon, because of course we're going back to almost all the same level 2s again. This Digimon has a when attacking, once per turn effect that lets you Digivolve this Digimon into a version 1 trait Digimon card, with the Digivolution cost reduced by 1 if you have a face down Digivolution card in the sources. But now you might be asking, how can one get a face down Digivolution card in the sources? With a brand new keyword, of course! Shifting gears to Agumon, this version 1 trait Digimon can Digivolve from any red level 2 for a cost of 0, or with that special black Digivolution text box, any level 2 with the DM trait. And considering this set offers quite a few options, you're not necessarily pigeonholed to just one egg. This Digimon is the searcher for DM trait cards, though it only adds one amongst the top 3, and then allows you to place one version trait 1 card face down as its bottom Digivolution card. This inheritable is also your standard Agumon kind of inheritable with a DP buff. Is it useful in a conventional Greymon build? If it's DM specific, yes. Otherwise, probably a pass for me. But when you get to the new version 1 Greymon, this is where we introduce the newest keyword, training. Training is a new keyword effect that in the main phase, by suspending this Digimon, place your deck's top face down card as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card. This effect can also activate in the breeding area. Additionally, when attacking, once per turn by placing your deck's top card face down as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP for each face down Digivolution card until your opponent's turn ends. Meaning if you can retain turn when you Evo in the back, you could slot a face down card, promote up on the next turn, and then attack to get another. This puts Greymon at minimum 7000 DP through your opponent's turn, but with certain inheritables and effects, it could be more. A few rules here to highlight are that face down Digivolution cards are treated as having no information, meaning you do not reference any information from them while they're face down. Players can check what's face down, but you cannot check your opponent's face down cards. Which means for the most part, all face down cards are private information that regardless, if you know what's in the face down stack, you won't get the benefits. X-Antibody, for example, will not proc if your Digimon Digivolves into an X-Antibody Digimon that's looking for it in the sources. And likewise, if it has an effect that would trigger when it's trashed, it does not. If the stack is de-Digivolved to say a face down card, then by game mechanic, the entire stack goes away because it's not a Digimon. The same thing happens when a level 2 Digimon exists in the battle area. And yes, this includes ace Digimon if you were to tuck them underneath the Digimon, and then the sources go to the trash. Overall, could training have a place in decks? My general opinion right now is that training allows for certain decks to be a bit more successful, especially those that require cards in the trash. If you can somehow combine different types of colors, you could accelerate the entire strategy. Moving to metalgreymon, yes, we get a second one. This Digimon Digivolves from any level 4 Digimon with Greymon in its name, or the DM trait for a cost of 3. When you would play this card, you can trash one Cyborg or version trait 1 card from your hand to reduce the play cost by 2. Machinedramon support anyone? Oh yeah. On play and when Digivolving, by placing one Digimon card from your trash face down as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card, you delete up to 5000 DP's worth of your opponent's Digimon. However, for each face down card, you add 2000 DP to the effect maximum. Meaning right off the bat, you likely have the DP necessary to delete a level 5 or lower Digimon. In regards to its inheritable effect, it adds an extra security check. For Machinedramon, it adds more removal, but in a Greymon deck, this may take out all the raid player tamer metalgreymons because this provides the extra check you need for aggro builds. Not to mention, because it is red and black, you can put it in either red or black base if you utilize trainings. When it comes to color swapping, betamon returns and is yet another version trait 1 Digimon. While it's odd we have version 1 and more, the fact that you can Digivolve off any of the DM cards in each other makes this quite a flexible line. This Digimon has training and also has inheritable jamming. In my mind, the blue jamming is a little gross, but this isn't the only Digimon that has it. Airdramon also has training, and a when attacking effect that by placing your deck's top face down card as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card, you get a DP reduction of 2000 DP to one of your opponent's Digimon for each face down card. Not terrible, since you could do a 4000 DP reduction from a promote out. But the inheritable barrier definitely makes up for it. With betamon that's jamming into security, and with barrier at the expense of your own security, you get to keep this Digimon on board against battle. With numemon, this Digimon makes a return as a Digimon that has an end of your turn effect, where once per turn by placing 3 Digimon cards of the version 1 trait from your trash face down as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution cards, it may Digivolve into a Digimon card with the version 1 trait in the hand or trash. While this doesn't disregard levels, going into a metalgreymon in this particular situation could be gross because with 3 face down cards, and the 1 card from metalgreymon means that you could be deleting up to 13,000 DP worth of your opponent's Digimon with a blocker in play. Pretty neat considering this is just one example you could do. Sadly, there's only one other version 1 trait level 5 Digimon, and that's mamemon. This Digimon has collision and an on-play when Digivolving effect that allows you to play one play cost 4 or lower DM trait card among the top 3 cards of your deck without paying the cost. For each of this Digimon's face down Digivolution cards, you add 1 to this effect's play cost maximum. Again, in combination with numemon, you could play out a play cost 7 Digimon, which means 2 level 5s in play. And considering this deck does have a version 1 level 6 Blast Evo target, you could not only Blast Evo into this Digimon, but also play it. The inheritable is a simple D-Digivolve when you attack once per turn. Numemon might end up being a cornerstone pick for the version 1 deck since it does gain value from cards in the trash, and training with your other Digimon helps for future plays. Switching over to version 2, the first card up for discussion is tsunomon. Unlike koromon, who requires you to attack, this Digimon is a your turn effect, in which when face down cards are placed in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, this Digimon may Digivolve into a version 2 trait Digimon card in the hand, with the Digivolution cost reduced by 1. Meaning as you tuck cards under, you can climb up for cheap. The only downside is the Digimon being Digivolved into must be version 2 trait, which naturally means we're heading to Gabumon. This Digimon has identical effects to Agumon, but instead of slotting a version 1 card, it slots a version 2 card. But what worries me most about this card is that though it adds next to nothing in the tribal garurumon deck, its inheritable is going to be a doozy. Inheritable jamming. Now I have to know if I can utilize some of the newer garurumon cards to at least have a shot. The new garurumon also has training, and an on-play when Digivolving effect in which you place 1 card in your hand face down as this Digimon's bottom Digivolution card. Then for each face down Digivolution card, you trash any 1 Digivolution card from under your opponent's Digimon. As silly as I want to be, this actually has potential, and like Gabumon, the same inheritable jamming. Is it possible to fit all these cards into an existing garurumon deck? Viewers, I will try and let you know the results. One other unique aspect of the version 2 cards is that unlike version 1, they don't need to attack in order to place face down cards into their stack. Instead, you could Digivolve into them and then train them to get a second slot face down immediately. The last blue card for this episode, since we've covered Crest Garurumon Ace in the first episode, is going to be metalmamemon. This blue-black Digimon can Digivolve from mamemon for 1, or a level 4 Digimon with the DM trait for a cost of 3. Unlike metalgreymon, it has the same play cost reduction ability, and an on-play and when Digivolving effect in which you may place 1 Digimon card from the trash face down underneath this Digimon, and trash one of your opponent's Digivolution sources for each face down card. Then you get to spin a card with no sources to the bottom of the deck. Brutally powerful. The inheritable for this Digimon is an end of your turn once per turn unsuspend, though at this point, I'm surprised we didn't just get reboot. With elecmon, this is the next level 3 that has training, which honestly isn't bad considering you could easily hatch an egg, Evo into this, tuck a face down card, and then go into a level 4. The inheritable for this Digimon is simply a 3000 DP reduction against all of your opponent's security Digimon. Though honestly between this and Betamon is superior in that it has jamming. Angemon is another interesting card for this set. While it does also have training, it also has an on-play when Digivolving effect that gives one of your opponent's Digimon security tech -1 and a 3000 DP debuff until their turn ends. The inheritable is simply an on-deletion recover 1 if you have 3 or fewer security cards. Is this good in a Tribal Angel deck? I think if you were going for the rush element with Devimon, maybe, since training could filter through your deck faster and potentially send him there. But unfortunately, there's still only one way to play it out. The last and final card for this video goes to SkullGreymon. This Digimon interestingly doesn't Digivolve from any Greymon for 3, but it does from any DM trait level 4. Another interesting tidbit about this card is that it's treated as a level 4 for the assembly of Kimeramon. While Kimeramon hasn't been revealed yet, I'm curious what it'll do, and if it truly is the last secret rare. On play and when Digivolving, for each of this Digimon's face-down Digivolution cards, trash the top card of your deck. Then you may return one DM trait Digimon card from your trash to the hand. But I feel like this will be best utilized with Kimeramon in the event it's trashed. What's it going to be? Assemble -8? On deletion, you may play one level 4 or lower DM trait Digimon card from your trash without paying the cost. This effect is also its inheritable. Largely, the DM trait cards seem interesting, and could provide some support for decks that want to build a trash, but reserve it for later. Do you feel tribal decks might utilize some of the new components, or will they mostly be locked to the entire set? Let me know your thoughts as we continue the exploration of EX9 versus monsters. This is DIGI-PANDA, logging out.